I am Shantae with Completely Crafty by Shantae. I just want to welcome you to my page. Again, I have my Christmas hat on in case you weren't with me last week. I'm celebrating Christmas in July, and we're going to be doing some Christmas wreaths this month. I am doing something a little different. I don't normally work with flocked bases. I've used the Garland ball garland before in my own home. I made a nice long garland to put over my door for this past Christmas. So I thought I would incorporate it in this wreath. So I'm just going to fluff out. I believe this wreath is 24 inches. Hey Donna, thanks for joining. So I have this evergreen base. I have this red, white, and green garland. And then I picked out a couple of wreaths. We have this red and white candy cane. And then we have this red with green and lime green stripes. And then we have the same concept, but these are in circles. And then I thought I would add some little accents. We'll see how that goes. I have my glue pot heated, so we shall see. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit, just so that. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is make some room. I'm going to just fluff out this wreath just a little bit. Now, because it has this flocking on it, it's a little messy, but that's okay. Looks like it's been outside in the snow. I hope everyone had a good Wednesday. Donna, sorry, I caught the tail end of your live today. All right, so this garland is a 6-foot garland, so we won't be using the whole thing. I'm going to see how much I can use of it. All right, so what I'm going to do first, and I apologize for the noise, I'm going to go ahead and attach the garland to the frame, and I'm just going to use, initially I was going to zip tie, but I think I'm just going to use the branches from the wreath. And I'm just going to go around the base. Good spot to cut it off. Hopefully I have enough strength. I do. I have a little bit left. I could probably put it on a partial project. Hide some of the mechanics of this. And then I will go back and just situate the balls so that they're spread out on the wreath. Yesterday, when I got in the car, the temperature gauge said 100. And I'm like, oh my. Today wasn't as bad, but it was still bad. All right. The balls are on a wire, so I can stick those in. They don't have to hang out. Okay. So now I just need to figure out. So now we have the base is covered. So now I'm going to figure out where, I think right there. I'm going to make my bow. So I'm going to get my, oh wait. You can't see, I don't know if you can see it, but there is so much of the flocking on my table. Let's clean some of that up. And we can go ahead and make the bow. I put it in the group. Maybe let me see if I can share it. I don't know. I'll share it to the group just in case. I shared it to the group, so let's see if they'll be able to find me that way. All right, so I think I'm going to do I'm going to do some long tails because I may try to wheel them in and out. So let's see. Inches. Donna, my mother used to always say the people that are here are the people that are supposed to be. So I hope that others are able to find me, but if it's just you and I, we can hang out and talk. I'm going to do 6-inch loops. And I'm going to do 2 on each side. If you're watching from the outside, please come on in and say hello. We are doing Christmas in July, and I am making a Christmas wreath using a evergreen flock base with some ball garland. I have 3 different types of ribbon I'm going to be using. The first set I did 6 inches. I'm going to just go just a little bit smaller, but I'm going to make the tails just as long. And I think I'm only going to do 2 of these because I'm going to double this up. Just bringing in just a little bit, not quite 5.5. I was talking to some friends of mine today, just putting a bug in their ear to see if anyone would be interested in throwing a wreath making party. And lots of people said they would be. So I told them, get a couple of girlfriends together. I'm willing to go no more. I said an hour and a half. I said, but I might be willing to do a 2-hour ride to do a party. But at least I would need to at least have 5 people attend the party. So if you know of anyone from my Philly and New Jersey friends, I'm not coming that far unless I'm spending the night over someone's house. So if you have any friends in the Baltimore, D.C. area who you think would love to have a party, and you want to visit them, come on down and let's have a party. One of my friends said, they have, a family book party, and so she thought it would be fun. So I was like, please, please, I would love to hang out. Hey, Nina. We're working on another Christmas wreath. I used 2.5-inch ribbon for all 3. I'm going to see whether or not I'm just going to do 1 bow. If one bow is sufficient, or if I should do 2. We shall see. All right. I'm just going to do, so I did 4 or 2 loops on each side of the ones with the circles. Then I did 1 loop of the candy cane stripe, and then another 2 loops of the green stripes, and then I'm just finishing off with 1 loop of the candy cane, and then I'm just going to do just a center loop just to hide the mechanics. Actually, you know what? I don't think I am. I think I can just use a pipe cleaner to cover that up. So I'm going to get my zip tie. And I need to get pipe cleaner. How are you, Nina? I'm going to pull it up. Getting my hand behind it. I'm not doing it too tight. Put this to the side. Fluff it up a little bit. And then I'm just pull it a little bit tighter. Cut the excess off. All right, let's see where we're gonna put it. I just instead of putting it behind it, I figured I would put it on top and it'll cover the pipe cleaner. Then I didn't have to do an extra loop. And then I'm just going to attach this to the wire. Get behind it. This wreath only has an upper wire and a lower wire, so it doesn't have a third ring to attach it. And my pipe cleaner isn't large enough to go around both. Let me check. It might be. No. I'll just do it around. All right. So now I'm just going to fluff that up a little bit. And because I have the extra tails, I'm going to see what that looks like curling in between. Oh, actually, let me dovetail my ends. Nina, I don't know if you heard, I was telling them that I am checking with family and friends to see if anyone wants to have a wreath making party. I'm willing to go at least 2 hours from Charlestown. Anything longer, I would have to spend a night, I guess depending on the day. But if you know anyone that might be interested in having a party, please let me know. We can get some pretty wreaths on people's doors for the holiday. All right, so here we go. I jabbed my finger. I just want to make sure there's no blood so I don't get any blood on the wreath. So I'm just going to use the pine cone to Thank you, I appreciate that. I think I'm going to see if I can get a couple of tails up here going this way. Let's see. I'm just going to curl these. I think I am going to do another bow. Maybe just a smaller one to help with the tails. Just to fill in the wreath a little bit more. And I'm going to pull this one off to the side. Just tuck in this one behind a little bit. After all that, I just squished all of my bows. All right, I think I'm going to do one more small one at the bottom here. I'll show you what we got so far. But I'm going to put one more at the bottom. All right. I'll make the tails a little bit smaller this time. But I'm still going to do 6-inch loops on each side. Thank you, Donna. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Susan couldn't make it today. She is getting ready to go out of town, and she's trying to edit some of the photos that she had taken at her photo shoot. So she was trying to get that done before she left, so she didn't get a chance to hang out with us tonight. But she says she'll be back next week. All right, so put a couple of tails going up. Now I'm gonna go back to my stripe one. And I'm just twisting the middle as I'm placing the ribbon inside the Easy Bow Maker. And again, the size of the loops just get a little bit smaller as I add the ribbon. Striped. Although I have a craft show the end of this month, I am prepping for my big craft show in October. So I've pulled out my supplies for Christmas and fall. I have them organized over in the corner. So this weekend, I'll do things in phases. I have a couple of candy canes that I'm going to decorate. So I've already started that process. So then I will do all the bases and then come back. I know Hobby Lobby is just now getting some of their Christmas decoration in. I just want to see what other type of ribbon is out there. But I'm excited about getting ready for Christmas. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. When my cousin Vanita came to visit, she mentioned that my grandmother, our grandmother, would be proud that I decorate for all of the holidays. But I seem to go overboard at Christmas time because it was not only my grandmother's favorite, but it was my mother's favorite. So to honor them, because they're no longer with me, I definitely go overboard at Christmas time. I think last year I was up to 13 Christmas trees. Now, of all variations, they weren't, large ones. We do normally get 2 live ones, but I make some out of tomato cages. I have little ones on my buffet table that I made out of little ribbon. So I'm extra when it comes to Christmas. All right. go. Let me get another pipe cleaner. Just tightening that up a little bit. So I'm just going to wrap this pipe cleaner around the center to hide the zip tie. I may or may not add some more tails, so I'm just going to put these off to the side just to give me some room. And I think I'm going to put this one just at the opposite of the first one. As soon as I find the, oh, here we go. So then I'm going to cut these ducktail and leave them short. Do the same for the long tails. I met with a client, I think it was Tuesday. He's selling his mother's home, and they had an estate sale, I think Friday and Saturday. And so they had a couple of items left, and she had a lot of collectibles, like Raggedy Ann dolls, a lot of china, and there were a couple of china sets that I just loved, but I thought, if I bring anything else home, my husband's gonna put me out. So as tempting as it was, I resisted my urge to pick them up, but they were so pretty. I was telling him that, you know, we don't use the china. I just decorate for the holidays, and I like to have my dining room table set for all of the seasons. Oh, thank you. I know it's early, but I cannot wait for Christmas. Do you guys have any Christmas traditions? I know for us, we normally go pick out our live Christmas trees as a family. Most times it's Jeremy, my son Jeremy, my husband Trent. But in a couple of years, his mother, sister, and brother-in-law was with us. A few years, my Aunt Kathy, my cousin Vanita, and Morgan all helped us pick out a tree. That's always fun. We don't go and cut it down ourselves, but we do go to the nursery, to the local nursery, and get a couple live trees. Okay, so I think we are done with our bows. I'll have to fix this one. I'm going to tuck this one here. so now what I'm going to do is I have a couple of these little ornaments, and I think I'm just going to just give it some more depth. I think I'm going to just stick some in the bow. So I think I'm going to cut off a little bit. Let's see. Thank you. I'm going to try cutting one and see if I unravel it, will it come? Yep, it did. Okay. That's what I want. I want to see if I can. I have my glue pot. Still a little thick, but that's okay. Just going to stick it right in here. I'm going to unravel the other one and have it coming from the bottom. Snip it just a little bit because it's a little long. I'm going to do the same for the other side. My husband will be having a fit with all the glitter that's on my desk. He is not a fan of the glitter. I'm just going to fluff these out just a little bit because they are it's a little wild. This one, the paper, it's unraveling, so I'm going to, without burning myself, here we go. All right, because I'm working flat, I'm just going to pull it up so that I can see for myself where I should add a couple. What I'm pulling, if you see me pulling something, it's the glue gets a little stringy, so the customer doesn't need all that. They don't need all the extra. Let's see. Yeah, he is definitely not a fan of the glitter. And especially with my my craft room, I have to go through his man cave for my craft room. He doesn't appreciate me tracking the glitter in his space. And I was like, I can't help it. All right, since we put one up at the top, I'm gonna stick one at the bottom. But I'm gonna cut it just a little. I don't know if I have enough strength. I don't have enough muscles, so I'm gonna use my stem cutter. I'm just repositioning these balls. And I'm just going to, and I don't know if I'm going to add anything more. Let me just fix this ribbon here. What do you think? Can you see that? I might shorten up the ribbon tails just a little bit, but here's our completed wreath for tonight. Sometimes, or most times, I have a sign, but I think because it has all of this color and I didn't want to take away from the snow effect of the wreath. I think letting it show a little bit helps the wreath. So I'm not going to add a sign. But I want to thank you guys for joining me this evening. Again, we are doing Christmas in July, and I will be on my business page and not in the group. So if you happen to see that first, but I did share it to the group, so hopefully if anyone's there, they can see it there. But come next week, Wednesday at 7, to my business page, and we will do another Christmas wreath. You guys have a great evening. Be blessed. And stay cool. Oh, Donna, I think that one is mine. Donna, you don't have enough doors. But I appreciate the support. You guys have a great night.